Shalom. I want to start giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things. And salutations to Akim across the earth, doing his work in sincerity and truth. Shalom. So this video I want to go into that, how you say that, basically that we we rehearse the righteous act. We try our best to step into footsteps, of Yahawashi, and try to live as we're supposed to live, to our best, to the best of our ability. And we keep in mind that on this side, none of us gonna be perfect. We're gonna make mistakes, but like the scripture said, the righteous fall down, 7 times, but the Most High pick them up, basically lift them up. So we're gonna make mistakes, but nevertheless, we try our best to do everything the way it's supposed to be done, But the thing is, how I say that? Yeah, we try our best, to rehearse the righteous acts. That's it, and yeah, you gotta realize that you're not gonna be perfect, with this body, shadow of darkness, the flesh is weak, but nevertheless, this shouldn't be a excuse to basically to do bullshit because because the flesh is weak, Let me see. This is the book of Judges, and chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing, and that's talking about the place where the slavery is, it's talking about where were we when we had to draw water, that was during slavery. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High. And that, it started with our elders, with the elder apostles in America, started with them. And through them, people basically start waking up all over the world, And of course, it's Yahawashi, Most High willing. But they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gate. So, that's a fine example of what you see happening in, what you saw happening in America. It's a fine example. Let me see. And like I said, none of us is perfect, but through the law, we know right from wrong. We have basically a schoolmaster. We have a way that we can understand. We have to follow. Without the law, we would be like beasts. And a matter of fact, it's the book of Revelations, chapter 22, the final chapter. There it also says, let me see. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, and for let me see, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter into the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers, and warmongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So, there you have it, and like I said, yeah, we don't, we know we ain't gonna be perfect, but that's not a reason for try to be perfect, This is the book of Psalms, chapter 130, and verse 3. If thou, Yahawah, shouldest mark iniquities, O Yahawah, who shall stand? Who shall stand? So, like I said, we know, that we are not going to be righteous, but nevertheless we try, we try our best, we try our best to be the best version that we're supposed to be, And like I said, knowing that we are not perfect doesn't make it an excuse for us not trying, Let me see. But there is forgiveness with thee, that thou mayest be feared. Yeah. If the Most High would mark iniquity, there's none of us would be able to stand, We would be done completely. Let me see. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 64, and verse 6. But we are all as an unclean thing. Slakia. Yeah. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. So we be as filthy rags, Nevertheless, in comparing, to the rest of Israel, we are not, how I say that? Yeah, we are far from perfect, but at least we try, At least we try. Let me see. I was thinking about something. Yeah, this is also a fine example. This is the book of Matthew, Yahawashi. These are the words of Yahawashi, This is book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. So these are the words of Yahawashi, who the world unknowing calls Jesus. Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot and one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So Yahawashi already made it clear that the law still counts, It still counts. That nothing of the law, not even the smallest part, shall go away until everything is going to be fulfilled. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we want. We want to be called great in the kingdom of heaven, And another thing is, the things that they did with Yahawashi, before he went on the cross, even on the cross, they beat him up, he didn't even look human, all these things, and Yahawashi being the ultimate sacrifice, the lamb, that through Yahawashi we have a way back to the Father Yahawah, and how I say that? By Yahawashi being the ultimate sacrifice, he took away the sacrificial part, back in the days when you commit a sin or whatever, you would die immediately, or you would go and would be judged, and a lot of, back in the days, you have to give your sacrifice, but basically Yahawashi, being the ultimate lamb, the ultimate sacrifice, he took that away, but nevertheless, the law still counts. Why does it keep saying that? For a matter of fact, you see, it's the book of John. Let me see real quick if I remember where that scripture was. Yeah, is it? Let's see real quick. I think it's maybe chapter 5 or something. Let me see. Bear with me one moment, because there are many scriptures that shows us, that if you love Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, you're gonna do your best to please him. And how do you please the Father? But keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Don't forget, why did we went in slavery to begin with, Because we didn't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So that already should show you something, Let me see. Is it chapter 14 or something? It's chapter 14, yeah. Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. So this is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. So it's a very short a verse, but it's very clear. If you love me, keep my commandments. So yeah. And let me see. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, uh, verse. Let me start verse 19. Now we know that what things soever the law said, it said to them who are under the law, that every mouth must be may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before Yahawah. Yeah, because if like I read in the book of Psalms, if the Most High would mark the iniquities, none of us should be able to, is able to stand. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. Yeah, through the law, we know good from right. Through the law, statutes, and commandments, we know good for right. Verse 21. But now the righteousness of Yahweh without the law is manifested. So you're not gonna be just by the law, but you're gonna be just by faith. If you believe in Yahweh, you have your trust in Yahweh, bahasham, Yahawashi. But nevertheless, like I just read in the book of John, if you love me, keep my commandments. There's not a reason for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, to the best of your ability, you know. That's why you keep examining yourself. That's why you keep bettering yourself, being the best version of yourself, trying your best to please Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi. So the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 21. But now the righteousness of Yahweh without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of Yahweh, which is by faith of Yahawashi unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Yahawashi, whom Yahweh had set forth to be a propitiation through faith in his blood to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are passed through the forbearance of Yahweh. To declare, I say, at this time his righteousness, that he might be just and the justifier of him which believeth in Yahawashi. Whereas boasting then, it is excluded. By what law of works? Nay, by the law of the faith. For example, one that giveth water to the man of the Lord receive a prophet's reward. And what's a prophet's reward? That's salvation. So, and I will always, when I think about the scripture, I have to think about this Jake, so-called West Africa. Like years ago, he came to us, he asked us like if we could watch his back. We were like, yeah, of course, we're standing here, so don't worry about it. And he went into the supermarket and came back, with small bottles of, with a whole box with small bottles of water. Okay, we realized that there was fluoride in the water. He didn't know, he didn't have that knowledge. But basically he brought water for us, because he had that respect for us. He saw us as men of the Lord doing the works of Yahweh Basham Yahawashi. But I know myself, he was probably drunk. He used to drink a lot. He also said that when he was sober, he was afraid to come towards us, so he only came to us when he was drunk. And like I said, we already know that he wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but the Most High, like Scripture said, the Most High has mercy on who He has mercy. And by this man having the faith, believing that the man of the Lord doing the works of Yahweh Basham Yahawashi, that alone, buying water and the faith, that alone could give him salvation. So there you have that example. Let me see. Verse 27, the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 27. Whereas boasting then, it is excluded. By what law of works? Nah, by the law of faith. Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. So that shows you, the man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. But if you love me, keep my commandments. So, and like I said, we're not gonna be perfect, but you try your best to do everything to the best of your ability. For example, doing the before the Pasach, you make sure that all the yeast is out of your house. And sometimes you might forgive some, you might forget something. It's messed up, but nevertheless you try. And the Most High sees you. He knows when you're serious, sincere, and you really try your best to do this thing the way that you're supposed to do. Let's say, for example, you have to go to another place. You go to one of the brothers' place to keep the Pasach. And then, you know, you make sure you try to get all the yeast out your house. And at the last moment, let's say you vacuum, you grab your vacuum cleaning, you start vacuuming the house, then you leave, but you left your vacuum cleaner in the house. So breadcrumbs, stuff like that might be in the vacuum cleaners, meaning there still is yeast in your house. Nevertheless, you're not gonna be destroyed for that, but when you go home, you're gonna remember, think about it, you're gonna remember it, you come home, you put your vacuum cleaner outside, for example. Things like that might happen. So yeah. So basically the point of this video is, that, nevertheless, we try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, but on the other side, we also got to realize that you're not perfect. So don't destroy yourself, but, the scriptures talk about don't be overly righteous, and don't be overly wicked. There's a balance. The Most High is all about balance. Nevertheless, the things, I said it, you try to do the things that you're supposed to do. So basically, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So, the point, the key of this video is, we rehearse the righteous act, and we try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. We're not gonna use the reason of the weak flesh. We're not gonna use it for not even trying. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, Waharukakudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Yahakim across the earth for doing his work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.